There are many Kenyans who are very sure that this Gachagua drama is staged. And of course the objective is to divert attention from the very big, huge, smelly Adani Manenos. And those people who are in this school of thought, you can't remove them there. They are convinced. They are more than convinced. Okay? You can't tell them anything. Now, in case you want to hear something else, in case you're interested in being removed there, then I suggest you stay with me just for a few minutes, because there is something very scary about this Gachagua issue. Something that should be of great concern to all Kenyans. Because it appears that we have entered a very huge, dangerous hole, full of poisonous, venomous snakes. Yeah, and we don't seem to be aware. Okay? Now, let us start by establishing whether this Gachagua versus Ruto war is real. Now, if I can just remind you, when the Uhuru Ruto war started not too long ago, just the other day, there were many who felt that the two were still friends and that it was all play acting. Okay? Personally, I was sure that that was not the case. Why was I so sure? Well, apart from the other information I had, of what was really happening behind the scenes, there was something very simple, a very simple tool that would have immediately told anybody the truth. Body language. You see, body language can never lie. Even if you're very good at telling lies, your body language is going to betray you. Okay? Now, fast forward to the present. Carefully observe the body language between Ruto and Gachagua. Even if the actors trained in Hollywood by Academy Award winning actors and actresses, you can't lie with your body language. The body language between the two is very clear. Okay? There is a problem, and it is a very huge problem. And therefore, this immediately dismisses the theory that this could be a ploy to divert attention. I'll tell you what may be a ploy. This determination to impeach Gachagua, or let me put it another way, these many rumors and threats that actually the impeachment of Gachagua is going to start this week, that could be a diversionary tactic, okay, to divert people's attention away from Adani to a possible Gachagua impeachment. But very quickly, without wasting any more of your time, okay, let us dive directly into what should be of great concern to every Kenyan and what is really worrying me. Okay? And that is the information Gachagua has. The inside information Gachagua has on Ruto, on what Ruto has done, what Ruto did to win the presidency, etc., etc. And don't forget, there was a UDA legislator who came out very clearly and told us in clear language that Gachagua is blackmailing Ruto. Do you remember that? Okay? Now, why this worries me is that stories of blackmail, they never end well. For both sides. And even for the people in the vicinity. Some of them completely innocent. Yeah, and by the way, that includes us, me and you, the people in Kenya. There is always collateral damage from blackmail. Okay? And by the way, this is not the first time it is happening in our history. If you allow me just a minute to take you back to the young Kenyan nation, when we had a character called Tomboya, and Jomo Kenyatta, who were close, okay, they were close, but it is said that Jomo feared Mboya. And many analysts have not been able to bring out clearly the reason why Jomo, the real reason why Jomo feared Mboya. It was not because of Mboya's American friends. The main reason was because of the information Mboya had. But fascinatingly, for a while it did not matter, because Mboya and Jomo Kenyatta were on the same side. Or maybe, to be clearer, Jomo was using Mboya to deal with Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, whom Jomo handlers saw, or rather identified, as a threat to the presidency of Jomo Kenyatta. And they were using Mboya to deal with Jaramogi Oginga Odinga. Now, when finally Mboya did such a good job of dealing with Jaramogi, Raila's dad, and the man was out of politics, he made the huge mistake of resigning in a half. Yeah, no more protection of the office. And he became an ordinary citizen. And was promptly put under house arrest. Note carefully, it would have been very difficult to put Jaramogi under house arrest as long as he remained Vice President of the Republic of Kenya. Those who took in my video yesterday, najua mmenielewa, over the joke I cracked in my previous video. I'm sure you get it. But let's stay on point. So with Jaramogi out of the way, Jomo had no more use for Tom Mboya. And therefore it was very clear that sooner or later, this fear of Jomo for Tom Mboya would escalate into some kind of conflict, threatening the presidency. Bottom line, Mboya knew too much about Jomo Kenyatta. And you know how that one ended. Very sadly. Folks, let's get something very clear. Dealing with somebody who has too much information about you, but is not really on your side, is very complex. And the options are limited. That is what scares me. I am very sure you get me. And you know, this changes everything. It no longer matters if Rigathi Gachagua is not a political force. The fact that Rigathi Gachagua is a political dwarf is now no longer relevant. He knows too much. And to make matters worse, Rigathi Gachagua has nothing to lose. He has no power as a deputy president. He has no big deals in government, which he may fear will lose a lot of money if I go ahead with fighting Ruto. No, he has nothing to lose. And I think we all know that there is nothing more dangerous than somebody who has got absolutely nothing to lose. There is nothing more dangerous than that on the face of the earth. Okay? So, with that information, I hope you now realize how deadly, how dangerous, how toxic this Gachagua versus Ruto tiff is. Yeah, it is much bigger, much more deadly than most of us Kenyans seem to realize. It is not just a question of somebody trying to divert attention. No. Hey, Gachagua is also ambitious, and he has his own ambitions. And most of all, Gachagua is an opportunist. He is able to see an opportunity when one presents itself right before his eyes. And of course the opportunity here is to bring down the Ruto Presidency. And what does our constitution say? In case the president is impeached, the deputy president takes over as president for the remainder of the term, of the presidential term. By the way, we have seen this happening with governors in Kenya. many times. And so the question many analysts are asking themselves, will the same be repeated this time with the presidency? I am sure most of us have seen on social media, the alleged information that Gachagua no longer drinks tea during cabinet meetings. And yet we are told by those who know the deputy president that he loves tea. He always has a thermos around. But now, he is no longer drinking tea during cabinet meetings. And that's not all. Have you noticed these days Gachagua has stopped using choppers? Just go and do your own research if you don't believe me. It's not very hard to find out. Look carefully through recent, not old, news items, and you will see that what I'm telling you is nothing but the truth. Kenya tumeingia matatani. Now, just a very quick reminder over my latest offer, that highly sensitive special report. And by the way, this is a very good opportunity for you in case you missed some of the other earlier special reports. I'm going to throw them in when you order my very latest special report, which has got some very explosive information about what is really going on in the background, away from the public eye or public scrutiny, in the Ruto Presidency. Some very crazy things are happening. And also, the link to those crazy things happening to the very latest Adani controversy, Adani Enterprises, the people who seem to have taken over Kenya. They have the airport, health facilities, they're controlling energy, etc., etc. Now you can see details on your screens right now. Please take full advantage. It's only Kenya shillings 19.99. And pop! This special report, along with all the other ones you may have missed, will be in your inbox in a flash. Please rush to avoid disappointment. Until next time, this is Chris Kumekucha.